Here's a question for you. Did you know that teaming up humans and AI doesn't always make things better? Sometimes it actually makes things worse.
It's a really surprising finding, isn't it? That's the paradox we're diving into today. We're looking at a fascinating study exploring, well, when and why these human AI teams actually work or don't.
Exactly. And this research, it comes from an article in Nature Human Behavior, published back on October 28th, 2024.
Right.
Our mission here is to help you understand when combining our skills with AI really gives us an edge, and maybe when it might hold us back.
So let's start with the big assumption. For a while now, the idea has been that human AI collaboration is just inherently good. Put them together and things improve.
That's the hype, definitely. But
Right.
this study, it really challenges that. It does this by looking at a whole lot of previous research.
Yeah, not just one experiment. They did what's called meta-analysis. They gathered data from, I think it was 106 different studies.
Wow, 106.
Yes. Published between early 2020 and mid-2023 from all the big databases, ACM, Web of Science, AIS Library, basically a huge pool of data.
Okay, so they crunched the numbers from all these studies. What was the big picture? What did they find?
Well, this is the kicker. On average, these human AI teams perform significantly worse than the best score achieved by either the human working alone or the AI working alone.
Worse. Not just not better, but actually worse.
Statistically significantly worse, yeah. They used a measure called Hedges G, and it came out negative, minus 0.23, indicating a performance loss on average when humans and AI teamed up compared to the best of the two working solo.
Okay, so the simple idea of just add AI doesn't quite work out like we thought. That's, yeah, that's a big deal.
It really is. But the researchers didn't stop there. They want to figure out why. When do you see these losses, and are there times when you actually see gains?
Right, because it can't be bad all the time, surely.
Exactly.
I
And they
get-
found a really key difference depending on the type of task people were doing.
Ah, okay. So what kind of tasks?
Well, for decision-making tasks, things that need critical judgment, evaluation, that sort of thing, combining humans and AI often led to those performance losses we talked about.
Hmm, that's surprising. I would have thought AI's analytical power would really help with decisions.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But here's where it gets really interesting. For tasks involving content creation, it was the complete opposite.
Content creation, like writing text or maybe generating images.
Precisely. For those kinds of tasks, the human-AI combination resulted in significantly greater performance gains compared to either working alone.
Okay, that feels more intuitive, maybe. Using AI as a creative partner or assistant seems like a common success story.
It does align better with anecdotal experience, yes. So it really prompts you to think, are you using AI more for making critical calls or for boosting creative output?
That's a very practical takeaway. But there was more, wasn't there? Something about initial skills.
Yes, another really crucial factor. They looked at how good the humans and the AI were before they teamed up.
Okay, like a baseline performance.
Exactly. And they found that when the humans initially performed better than the AI on a specific task, bringing the AI in actually led to performance gains for the team.
Right, so if the human is already pretty good, the AI adds something extra, boosts the result. Makes sense.
But, and this is really the critical part, when the AI was initially the better performer, teaming up with a human actually led to performance losses.
Wow. So if the AI is already the expert, adding a human drags it down.
That seems to be the implication. The initial leader in terms of capability, whether human or AI, seems to heavily dictate whether the collaboration helps or hurts.
That has huge implications for how we should even structure these teams or workflows, doesn't it? Maybe sometimes the human should just get out of the way.
It certainly suggests we need a more nuanced approach than just assuming collaboration is always the goal. Now, the researchers themselves pointed out some potential limitations.
Of course, there are always caveats.
Right, things like potential publication bias, maybe studies showing negative results are less likely to get published. And also, the designs of the 106 studies varied quite a bit.
Which is important context. We need to be a bit cautious interpreting findings from such a diverse set of studies, even in a meta-analysis.
Absolutely. But the main takeaway for you, the listener, seems pretty clear. Human-AI collaboration isn't some magic bullet.
Yeah, its success really hinges on the specifics. What task are you doing and who's better at it to start with, the person or the algorithm?
Precisely.
So this research suggests we need to be much, much more thoughtful about how and where we integrate AI. Not just assume it helps, but really analyze the situation. What part of this stands out most to you?
It's a complex picture. And, if you found this discussion on human AI team effectiveness interesting, you might also want to check out our earlier deep dive. We looked at using large language models for differential diagnosis, the episode on the article, towards accurate differential diagnosis with large language models.
Ah, yes, that gives another angle on these complexities, especially when AI enters expert fields like medicine. Definitely worth a listen if this topic grabbed you.